keeps me from looking down.
Are you gonna stand, Willie?
Yes, sir.
How was your last show? Last show good?
Yeah. There's a lady that came here that shows business owners how to maximize media. When you have Twitter, Facebook, radio, TV, and all the things, how you tie that all in. She's really cool, man. She came from Atlanta, Georgia.
She lives in this area.
She came from Atlanta, Georgia. Drove in last night.
Did she have an accent?
No, ma'am, but she been single for 33 years, and she got married last year. By God, she loves her old man.
Hey, hold on, we may be live here in a second. On Facebook.
Sorry.
On Facebook. Oh, we got a rise out of him. Oh,
Yeah, look, this is her business card.
A passport. What's it
Really?
say?
All right,
Go ahead.
I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Tells you everything on what to do as a business owner to succeed in media.
That's her business card.
Did she
Wow.
did she have an extra card?
Um.
I'm sure Willie can
Oh yeah, I can get you in
give
touch
us
with
our
her.
contact. Or we
Absolutely.
can listen to the show next
There you go.
Saturday at 6 o'clock.
So Stubby is here. We're live.
Yep.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the second hour. This hour is the Floors to Go show. Thank you so much for joining us this Saturday afternoon. Live in the studio with me is my buddy Theril Williams. You probably know him throughout the Metroplex as one of the best and absolute greatest flooring guys in the Metroplex area. How you doing, Theril?
We're doing well today. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we got our Facebookers and we got our Twitter. We got everything going on up here. Now, today, you gave me some very specific notes, Daryl. And here's what we're going to cover in these 4 segments that we get tonight, this Saturday night. We're going to tell you, our listener, if you're putting stone in your home, revamping a kitchen, revamping a bathroom, carpet, you name it, flooring, we'll tell you why you want to go to Floors to Go at 5212 Airport Freeway in Haltom City. And by the way, their number is 817-710-7030, 817-710-7030. We'll tell you about what sets them apart. Second segment, we're going to talk about the floors that you want to put in your home when you got pets.
And kids. I forgot to put that down. But pets and kids, it's kind of the same thing.
I didn't say that. You said that. We're going to talk about in the third segment about increasing the value in your home, what to replace and what not to replace. And then in the fourth segment, we'll tell you these interesting facts. By the way, Theril Williams has been around the flooring business. I call him Floripedia. He's been around over 40 years. Theril, what sets y'all apart?
Well, Willie, one thing we'd like for people to understand is that we're friendly, and I know that everybody can say that on the radio, but we constantly have shoppers come into the store, and they tell us, they go, y'all were the first floor covering company that actually said hello to me and acknowledged that I was an actual shopper.
Yeah, I get it.
And so I'm only telling you what customers tell us. And yes, we are. I do make it a point for our people to greet people when they come in the front door. Nothing's more frustrating than when you go to any store, department store for sure, or some large store, and all of it, you kind of know what you want, but at the same time, it's like, I'm going to need some guidance. We're there to help you if you need guidance from step one. And I do understand a lot of people want to do browsing. That's fine. Browsing is allowed at our store. But what we don't want to do is ignore you. So we're friendly. We don't ignore you. We do greet you when you come in. And we want to thank everybody for coming in, because as a matter of fact, as a little bit of a teaser, we have a $25 gift certificate for everybody who comes into our store and shops with us. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later on, but we give you a $25 bill. Well, not exactly. Those are illegal, right?
Yeah.
But we do give you a $25 gift certificate. Technically, it's a discount off of anything that Dalworth
I got you.
cleans, and they clean everything in your house. and can clean everything in your house. And that's really important for areas that might have been neglected over the years. Maybe you just bought a house and there's something tragically dirty, or maybe you want to just spruce up your carpet. Let's just say for some reason you have an upstairs. I'll make it easy, this illustration. Let's just say we're going to replace some flooring downstairs, but upstairs we can go, hey, just get it cleaned upstairs.
Sure.
And and make that last a little bit longer before you go to replace that. We're that kind of people, and we have a $25 gift coupon.
Let me ask you, Theril. I mean, in my mind, as we're sitting here, this is I didn't know that moment. Dalworth, to me, they just clean carpet. What else do they do?
The most interesting thing they said was a friend of one of us had a little bitty dog. That dog brought in some little bitty varmints, ticks, and her couch got infested. And they have a chamber,
They have a hyperbaric chamber. Now, these are personal friends of ours, and these are not dirty folks.
Yeah.
It's a little Chihuahua dog, and this Chihuahua dog goes outside, but they live down near an area that has coyotes that come up out of this river bottom area. And somehow or another, these ticks got in this lady's couch. And of course, as you can imagine, I mean, people are cringing on the radio right now. I would too at the thought that we had ticks crawling around on our couch.
and it was a high-end couch.
It's a high-end couch, and she put it on the front lawn in like a New York minute. And I did not know this until I talked to my friend. Till after the couch was gone, I talked to Dalworth, and Dalworth says, "Man, we could have picked that couch up. We put it in our hyperbaric chamber, and it kills any living thing in there, and it kills babies. It kills
and it's
everything.
at a reasonable price. I mean,
yeah, and it's a reasonable price. It's not, and they come pick it up and deliver it.
So the $25
gift
coupon, you get that for free when you come to the store at 5212 Airport Freeway in Haltom City. A $25 gift certificate, Floors to Go Texas. Reach out to them, 817-710-7030, 817-710-7030.
Right. And let me make it clear, you do not have to buy anything to get this coupon. You just have to come by our store and walk in.
Yeah.
It's our thank you to anybody coming by and shopping at our store. So that's kind of interesting.
You know, Theril, you and I have been doing radio for a little while now, and the thing that I've learned most about businesses is the culture of that business starts at the top. And you being the owner of this company, you are adamant about it being a relationship business. Why do I say that? Because many people in the Dallas Metroplex are trying to upgrade their home, and the first thing they do is go to a big box store and they look emotionally at colors. They don't understand how the absolute technology of putting flooring down, getting the whole flow of something to better their home, their want-tos and their can-dos out of line. When they come over to Floors to Go at 5212 Airport Freeway, you have 40 years of experience to help them along the way, and you ask questions and understand about the individual. That's what makes Floors to Go Texas such a good company.
Right. We want to have a relationship with our customers, and I'll explain it like this. When somebody asks me my opinion, that's kind of personal to get an opinion. And I understand that, but it's like, well, if if they say, would you let one of your friends put this product in? That's the kind of way I want to treat somebody, is like they're my personal friend. They may come in wanting a particular type of floor, and I understand that, and we probably have that particular floor they're looking for. However, because I have learned that they have 3 kids, 2 dogs, and they weigh 80 pounds or bigger, and they entertain folks.
The people are the dogs. I'm just messing with you.
Okay, both. And we found out that their needs are different than that floor that they want, and it may not perform well. And I have to say, look, I would tell, and I have said this many times, I said, look, if you were one of my close friends, I would not recommend this product because such and such reason. You have the need of a different type of product, and this is what I'm going to recommend. You can get that, but my concern for people is that people don't want a problem after they buy a brand new floor, and we at Floors to Go Texas do not want people to have problems with their floor.
Yeah.
When they get through purchasing the floor, I don't want them calling me back and saying something's wrong, this is not performing well. So we want to recommend the right product the first time so that they're happy and they're satisfied and they come back to see us.
Yeah, and that's a lot of money. You know,
It really is.
a nice floor is a lot of money, but it will last you a long time.
Dana, I couldn't agree with you more if you do that right. The big message I have gotten from this great show at Floors to Go Texas show is that at the end of the day, if you're going to spend the money you're spending in order to upgrade your home, do it right. If you do it with a shortcut mentality, it's going to come back to haunt you 2 years, 3 years down the road.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm getting ready to go to break. And by the way, Floors to Go Texas show, you walk over there to 5212 Airport Freeway in Haltom City, and you mention this little word. A room without a rug is like a kiss without a hug. A room without a rug is like a kiss without a hug. You don't have to say it back to back, but say it. And they're going to give you an 8x10 real wool rug absolutely free. Did I say that right?
Yeah, and it's a nice rug.
It's a nice rug.
Real nice.
Okay, when we come back, our friends at Floors to Go. Oh, by the way, and their phone number is 817-710-7030. Or you can go, if you want to email Mr. Theril Williams, radio@floorstogotexas.com. Now, when we come back in this next segment, we're going to tell you all about the correct floors for pets and children to upgrade your new home. Stick around. You know it, friend. We'll be back in a Willie Scotia.
Well, I was doing some research for a customer that had a real bad problem, and I called the big box stores because that's where the original carpet came from. First store I called put me on hold 3 times, and then they hung up on me.
That's fun.
So then I said, well, let me call another store. So I called another store, still the big box store, and I got put on hold twice, and then I got somebody, and they said, oh, ma'am, you don't want that kind of carpet. That's not a good carpet. I'm going, nylon's not a good carpet anymore? Oh, no, we don't recommend nylon anymore. I'm going,
yeah.
Wow.
Well, I went to the big box store just to see what they would do. Nobody was in the flooring department. And finally, I rounded one of those guys up, and I said, can you get somebody over to flooring? And the next thing I hear over the loudspeaker is, we have a code 50 in the flooring department. What does that mean?
Well, here's something you don't know, that the national sales manager from Invista, which owns Stainmaster, told me that they had pulled all of Stainmaster products out of Home Depot because they were not showing them and explaining them to customers what all their full benefits are.
Yeah.
And they were treating them just like it was another type of fiber, and it was
Nearly an inferior product.
It was like an inferior product, and it was overpriced.
What I found about the big box stores, and tell me if I'm wrong, Theril, is that when you pay somebody by the hour to sell a specialty product, then they're simply not informed to give a right and opinion about it.
Well, they're not educated.
No, I'm not saying they're not educated. They're not informed about the product they're selling to the extent Theril is with 40 years in the business.
Right.
Tex, we got any
they're not informed.
Facebook information we need to answer?
Do we have about 14 people watching us, or we just need to thank them?
You thank all 14?
Yeah.
I'd like to thank John.
And and they're joining us on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube Live.
Awesome. Twitch and YouTube Live.
Dad, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, John Talley down here has joined us, and he's out in San Angelo. Can I say that? He's out in San
I
Angelo.
love San Angelo. Got great rodeo pins there.
So welcome, John.
Welcome, John.
Glad to have you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
If I knew some other folks' names, I'd be happy to call them out. But I want to thank everybody that's tuned in to listen about floors. And if you have a question on Facebook, you can actually type that question in, and we can answer that question in between our breaks. And even it
may warrant an on-air answer.
Absolutely.
It may be a great question that people on air might want to hear as well.
Yeah, and there's no dumb questions, because if it's a concern for them, somebody else out there is thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
So we're not going to tell them, wow, that's a dumb question. But we answer all of them.
Yeah, chances are, just like she said, just like Dana said, is if you're thinking of it, somebody else is probably thinking of it too. So go ahead and just ask it, because it might help a lot of different people.
Okay, well, we ready to start a second segment?
Certainly.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Floors to Go Texas show this Saturday night. Our friends Theril Williams live in the studio. By the way, I'm going to say it every day. Every time, every segment. A room without a rug is like a kiss without a hug. Remember that. You can drive over to 5212 Airport Freeway, walk in the front, say, hey, Dana, I want to tell you a slogan I heard on the radio here on the Great 570 Cliff. Not to, keep beating a dead horse. But when you walk out there and tell Dana that, you're going to get a free 8x10 wool rug.
Yeah, wool. It's not a cheap rug. It's about an 80-ounce rug, and it's an 8x10. That's a pretty good size rug, actually.
You're probably going to say that, I'm probably going to slap on the wrist for this. But that's the way I live my life. It's probably about a $400 or $500 value.
Oh, it's more than that.
It's actually a $699 rug.
Well, it's out of the cat's bag right there.
And there's 9 different colors, so it's not just one.
Yeah, why wouldn't you drive over to Floors to Go at 5212 Airport Freeway and get your free rug?
This free rug is hand carved, has about a 3-inch hand carved border all the way around the edge. So it's not a slouchy rug.
Is that inclusive of your partner radio host? Can, my evil twin brother drive over there and do that?
Maybe.
Wow.
All right, talk to me about.
Sister's coming too.
Yeah. Talk to me about pet flooring and kid flooring and some of the different ins and outs you need to know.
Well, people have asked us the question, what are good floors for pets? And a lot of times we do ask the questions of big pets, little pets.
How many kids?
How many kids? How many pets?
Yeah.
Sometimes kids are like pets, but at the same time, people think because they have pets they can't have carpet. That's just not true. Invista, who makes Stainmaster carpet, has invented about 2 years ago a new product called Pet Protect Stainmaster. And that new Pet Protect product is available in it's really a solution dyed product. And it's very color stable, really color fast. It'll take harsh cleaning fluids to it. Because it's guaranteed against the 3 common things that pets do on a natural basis, and you wish they'd do them all outside, but they do them inside, they guarantee it. If you get something on that carpet, you can't clean it off. There's a small procedure to go through, but if it cannot be cleaned, Stainmaster will replace that carpet for no charge at all. They'll pay the labor, they'll pay for the carpet, and they'll replace it for free.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
And it's not just one color. It's lots of colors, lots of patterns, different styles of carpet. So it's not just a one and you're done. You can pick a carpet any color, any size, any shape, any form. And they're nice looking.
They're very nice looking. Other alternatives to say a hardwood floor that a heavy dog might scratch. There are these new what we call luxury vinyl tile products, or resilient vinyl planks, and this is not like your old grandmother's sheet vinyl of yesteryear in the 70s that would tear real easy, or be very hard to care of, shine-wise or sheen-wise. These products are now made into look a lot like hardwood floors. Matter of fact, I have some installed side by side in my showroom floor to show people how realistic they look right beside a real engineered hardwood floor.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Matter
it
of fact,
is. There's like 8 or 9 different hardwoods put down, and in the middle of them is the LVT. And we say find it.
Yeah, we ask people to pick out the one that's not real. We tell them ahead of time, okay, there's a floor in here that's not real. Can you pick it out? And we do that just to have a little fun. I mean, we're not trying to pull a fast one on anybody, but we like to show people how difficult it is to actually pick it out of the crowd. It's very difficult to do.
I'm going to come by there and do that.
Yeah, and so those products are really good because you can get them wet. You know, if a pet has an accident on them, that's fine. They clean up because they're resilient to that. They're a
Scratch resistant.
They're scratch resistant because they are a resilient type product. They actually absorb some sound, so they're actually a little quieter than a hardwood floor would be.
What about price versus hardwood? Are they equivalent, more, less? What are they?
They do vary. Some of them get down as low as 99 cents. Some of them are as high as $6 and $7 a foot.
And some of that's commercial grade too,
And
though.
yes, those higher ones are a commercial grade
So
quality.
your dentist office, your doctor's office, if you think that's hardwood, it's not. That's going to be a LVT, but it looks so nice.
Yeah, a lot of people have already seen some of these floors, and I say seen some of them. And don't get me wrong, there are thousands and thousands of these products out there, but hospitals have been upgrading their facilities for a number of years, especially if you go into a maternity ward. They've got hardwood in there, or what looks like hardwood, but it's really this luxury vinyl tile. It's a commercial grade. And they do that because they want it to be
A home scene.
a home scene, a home feel. Wood is a warm feel, if
That's
you
right,
will.
it is.
And you look at it, and so hospitals have been doing it now for a long time. And if it's in a hospital, it's got to stand up to these really tough Hill-Rom chair beds that roll around, and wheelchairs and other things such as all kinds of carts running around on it, plus lots of foot traffic. So there's a product for your home. Also, if you want something that's a harder product, there's always some kind of tile, meaning a porcelain tile or a ceramic tile that you can put down on the floor. And
Okay, real fast, tell them the difference between porcelain and ceramic.
real quickly, the difference between a porcelain and ceramic tile is hardness, if you will. A porcelain tile is about 5 times harder than a ceramic tile, and it's a denser product, meaning it doesn't absorb water. So you can actually put a porcelain tile on your front porch or back patio. Ceramic tile you cannot. And porcelain tile we're recommending in someone's kitchen. If somebody wants to do something in the kitchen, we recommend you putting it there, because the porcelain tile, if you were to drop something heavy in your kitchen, it's usually going to be cookware, a lid, a pot, or pan.
Makes sense.
And you're not likely to chip it. You would probably chip a ceramic tile, because most ceramic tiles are made out of a red clay body tile. And if you think of a red clay terracotta pot, you know how fragile that is.
Yeah.
And so
And they absorb water.
And they absorb water
A
as
lot.
well. So yeah, you can't really mop them real heavy when you put in a ceramic tile, because they are subject to absorb water and expand over a long period of time with enough water. So that's kind of interesting. The tiles, the porcelain tiles they're making today, gosh, the sizes are getting bigger. We're seeing some 3 foot by 4 foot products, and actually technically even larger. But going backwards for a minute, they're making a lot of porcelain tile now that looks like hardwood floors, and make them look really pretty. Some of them look like they're hand scraped. Some of them look like they have a wire brush treatment. Some you can see little knot hole designs in there.
They have texture to them.
Yeah, they have a lot of texture to them, and so in the variety of colors. And they have some that look like a reclaimed wood. And, heck, they're nearly indestructible, because if you had a small flood and you weren't at home, you're going to get to keep your floor.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, they also look like travertine. If you really, really want the stone look, but you don't want to keep it sealed or worry about something staining it, the porcelain's a great way to go. And you don't have to maintain it as well.
Yeah, it's very much maintenance free from just a regular type of stone.
Mm-hmm.
So those are products that people can put in their house to help update their property, and we can help them with
And
products.
it'll handle the kids and the pets.
It
That's
will.
correct.
It will. And most of the time they have textures where the dogs can't get traction. You know, sometimes the wood's a little bit slick for them. The tile wood should be just fine.
Okay, I'm getting ready to have to come to break here. I got to ask you this, Theril. You know, this is over 185,000 homes in the Dallas Metroplex need to be upgraded. And so as a homeowner, if I get the budget to upgrade my home, where do I start? Don't answer this yet. Bathroom, kitchen, those are questions that you can give answers to about where to get the most bang for your buck when upgrading your home. Will you do that when we come back?
Yes.
Stick around. We'll be back in a Willie Scotia.
So now, besides John, we want to thank Amber for joining us.
Yes, and the other 22 people.
Thank you, 22 people.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining our show today. We really appreciate it. Glad you're out there listening. And, once again, if you have a question about something, anything specifically, please feel free to type it in, and we'll try to answer it on the air or on answer it live on Facebook or YouTube.
What
I don't
about,
know.
What about 36?
We have 36 people.
22.
Okay.
22 today. It's been a Monday.
We only finished with the second segment.
That's true.
The third segment last week we had whatever we had.
63.
60
It was,
something.
yeah, it was crazy.
So you're halfway there.
Now we have Natalie joining us.
Oh,
Thank you, Natalie.
Natalie is our best one.
Natalie usually has some good questions
She
for
does.
us. Yeah, so
And she has the children and the pets, so she has some really good questions.
Good.
Oh, and she also says howdy.
Howdy.
So for you who joined us for the first time on Facebook, Twitch, we're at the recording. This is a pre-recorded radio show, and we're in between the breaks right now, which we would normally be hearing commercials. So you're probably going to hear us talking about other things.
Which is a family show. We keep it clean.
so for the most part, we're keeping it as clean as we can keep it.
Yes, we
right
can.
now.
We try.
I've gotten better at that, haven't I, Theril?
You have, but
Wouldn't you agree?
I give you that eye every time.
Yeah.
Don't say it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're explaining that too, because last week's video had almost 200 views during the
Wow.
week later on. So people are listening to this later on, even after we broadcast.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Another reason for that Thursday day when there's more people actually watching live.
Yeah.
But either way, it starts getting on fire and more people kind of.
It's funny that you say that, Tex, because the lady that was in my studio, she really puts a value on digitization. Did I say that right? Of everything you do on the air. That is a valuable asset in the future. And so I didn't really realize that much.
Well, it can be documented. It can be cataloged.
Well,
It can be researched. Whatever we're talking
Well, it
about.
can be
I
out there
get a
forever.
lot of folks that say, you know, they watch the show, but then they really just listen to the show. However, I also know demographics wise, most people on a radio show that is doing some kind of a broadcast over social media enjoy the fact of, I've never heard of these guys, and then, oh, that's what Willie looks like. Okay. Oh, that's what Theril looks like. And that, you know, it's more genuine.
Yeah.
You can kind of put
Yeah.
a face with the voice
Sure.
type of thing.
I got it, man. I'll tell
And
you
then
what.
even the goofy putting in front of the camera, oh, look, you know.
Oh, I'm gonna have to have security from now on.
Probably so.
I was about to say, I was going to ask you if you hired your bodyguard detail yet.
Yeah.
Of course, we probably can't do the Rush Limbaugh, you know. I got it in my
Yeah.
formerly
Formerly
nicotine stained fingers. He's probably got that all
That's what-
squared
He
up.
probably has patented that phrase.
Yeah.
That's what my
Any
family.
questions on Facebook?
No questions yet.
All right. Let me reset this. What is this, our second segment?
This is our
Third.
third.
Wow.
I know. We're on a roll today.
Okay, got it.
I'm getting-
We teased about
Oh, no.
what area, about budgeting a home and what to do first.
And increasing.
Dana can help you.
What is that?
What area of the house should you spend your money in first on budgeting?
Oh, kitchens
For-
and bathrooms.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right,
I knew
ready?
the answer, but I just want to hear her say it.
Ready?
Oh, they want me to talk more.
3,
Gosh.
2, 1. Welcome back to the Floors to Go Texas show this Saturday night. Remember, a room without a rug is like a kiss without a hug. You want to remember that because you're going to go over to 5212 Airport Freeway in Haltom City. And you're going to walk smack dab in the front door. You're going to say, Dana, I want my 8x10 free wool rug.
They better say that slogan first.
Because I heard it on
570 KLIL. Here's where I'm going with this. Build relationships, you the homeowner, with whomever you're repairing your house with. When it comes to flooring, don't just walk into the big box stores. They're not going to give you the information that you need. And there's a high probability that you're going to make the wrong choice in material and or the wrong choice with the installation. When you go to Floors to Go over at 5212 Airport Freeway, see Theril. He's got 40 years in the business. You tell him what you're trying to do. You talk about your budget. You talk to Dana. You get suggestions, and you'll be very happy with the product and the installers. Now, that being said, which room do you start off with first? Not everybody hold your hand up here in the studio. If you're going to start upgrading your home to capture the equity value in your neighborhood. Did I say that right?
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Because we have a lady present in the showroom in the studio. I'm going to let her answer this question. I think I know the answer, but I'm going to let Dana because
I know what it is. It's
women select most of the products in the home when it comes to shopping for floors. I can just tell you that right now. So I'm going to let Dana answer that question.
Well, would I be dead on, Dana, if I said the first room you start with is not the garage?
Well, there's nothing wrong with a nice garage. But
I'm playing with you. Go ahead.
I love my garage. But the bathrooms, master bath, and kitchens. But the master bath, y'all make fun of my bathroom all the time. That is something that, at the end of the day, your bedroom and your bathroom should feel more like a spa.
Yep.
Look nice, feel nice. And a lot of people are taking out their tubs and putting in nice master showers. And we want to help them color-wise, texture-wise, put things together. We'll lay it all out, change it. We'll help them any way they need to fix it.
If I read between the lines there, color-wise, texture-wise, the most important thing that I hear for the homeowner to not cost additional money is texture-wise. If you don't put the right texture on there, you're going to be calling Theril 3 or 4 years. No, you won't call Theril. You'll call another installer 3 or 4 years down the road.
You mean as far as the
material used
Sure.
and the way it's installed, you can pick out color-wise. Okay.
It needs to be waterproofed.
But it needs to be done right. Color-wise is good. Doing it correctly is even a must.
Absolutely.
Right?
It's imperative to put in the right thing
Yeah.
and do all the proper waterproofing for the showers.
You've taught me so much, man.
And people, one of the reasons I started this company quite seriously was because I was disgusted with all the competitors out there, and there are a lot of good competitors. I'm not knocking everybody. I am just saying there is a majority of competitors out there that will not be truthful with people and teach them that they have to do specialized waterproofing in order to protect their investment. Because if you spend, you know, $3 to $5 and $6 or $7,000 on a master shower, and it fails 3 to 5 years from now, you are not going to be happy if you have to rip it all out. And it was something you spent weeks and weeks planning and picking out, selecting. You're going to be very upset.
Yes.
And we're not going to have people like that. We're not going to allow that to happen to us. We're going to put something that right the first
Customer comes first at Flores to Go, Texas.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, so but we established bathrooms.
So we established a bathroom.
I mean,
Kitchen versus bathroom. Which one?
I like both of mine. So my kitchen is where everybody goes to congregate. I have an island that is just one slab of granite, and that's where we all stay out there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to be selling your home, you might refinish your cabinets. If it's going to be your forever home, you might put new cabinets up.
Yeah, good advice.
So if you don't have a lot of money, you can just put a new backsplash up. A lot of the older kitchens that have laminate countertops, they don't have backsplashes up there.
Mm-hmm.
So you could get granite countertops and a backsplash, and that will change the whole looks of things.
Sure will.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do elaborate, just something new, clean. You can get by with not a ton of money.
We help people do budgets for things. I mean, not everybody can just walk in and say, okay, let's rip out my 2.5 baths, my 3 baths, and let's rip out my kitchen. That's a lot of work, and it's a lot of money. But if you begin to go budget these type things,
Mm-hmm.
where you can do the master 1 year,
Mm-hmm.
do the bathroom another year, and once you get those done, you can budget the kitchen. And the kitchen, like you said,
We do have people that do that.
Yeah.
This year let's work on this bathroom. Let me save my money, and next year they're back with another project. That's not unheard of at all. So.
Makes sense to me.
Well, everybody wants to do some kind of upgrading from time to time, and because they're seeing a lot of it on a lot of the HGTV programs, and a lot of it is showmanship. But at the same time, those programs have been good for people to be able to see what kind of products are out there, and the fact that people are doing these things. There was nothing like that going on in the 60s, 70s, or 80s, or even the early 90s. And so today there's a little more of a peer pressure, if you will, to keep up with the Joneses.
Keeping up with the Joneses. I was about to say it. Yes, Tex.
We have a question online from Natalie. I have some water damage in my bathroom going into my bedroom with carpet. How do I know if I need to replace the carpet? Can I save my carpet?
Good question.
Good question.
Well, you need to fix the leak first.
Yeah, you need to find out how the water's getting in there.
Yeah.
Once you can figure that out, then with any water damage on carpet, the first thing I would do is start by, taking a terry cloth towel and blotting it. And if it's just squishy when you stand on it, you're gonna need to pull it up immediately, because you can save a lot of carpet even if it's squishy, by simply stopping the water leak, whatever that is. Go to the corner of the room, get a pair of some type of pliers, and pull it up, because it's easier to start at the corner than it is in the middle of the wall, and then you can work your way down the wall once you get the corner pulled up. And it's always a good idea to pull it back, prop it up, and get some fans going to blow the air.
Because if you can feel it on the top, that pad is saturated.
Do they replace the pad?
Well, generally speaking, it's very difficult to get the pad dried out, because the pad really essentially is a big sponge.
Yeah.
Without an ability to squeeze that sponge out, which it's almost impossible, you generally have to cut the pad out.
Yeah, I would put new padding in there, because even if you did get that water out of there, you're eventually going to have a pretty severe odor.
You got to get the fans on immediately, so it doesn't affect your walls and baseboard and everything else.
Yeah, exactly right, because you can end up saving your baseboards by simply pulling the carpet out. But if the carpet stays wet, then it's going to get the wood wet on the baseboards and just aggravate the problem.
Guys, I got to go to break here. This is the Floors to Go Texas show. Don't ever forget that they're a company that what I call in Willie's world has a give us stuff button on them about the well-being of you, the homeowner. They're trying to give you a free rug. All you got to do is get out there and say a room without a rug is like a kiss without a hug, 8x10 wool rug. And you drive out to 5212 Airport Freeway in Haltom City. You walk in there and you say, hello, Dana. I heard you on 570 Cliff. Dana's going to jump up and down, start doing backwards flips, go into the yoga position, do whatever she does, and she's going to give you that free wool rug. 817-710-7030. 817-710-7030. Or you can email Theril directly at radio@floorstogotexas.com. Now, when we come back from break, Theril, we're going to give you some interesting facts. You, our listener. But I do want to add one on the list here. I want to know about the 60-day guarantee, right? And we're going to talk about that. We're going to wrap this show up. We're going to thank our Facebookers and all the folks that are on social media with us. You know it, friend. I'll be back in a Willie Scotia.
I don't know if we finished Natalie's question or not, because sometimes you can restretch that carpet if it's not.
I'm going to step out for just a second.
Yeah.
If it's not saturated and you get it dried with new pads, sometimes you can save the carpet. Sometimes you can't.
Well, and also mention we've got 53 other people listening. So
Well, yeah,
if they've got questions too.
yeah,
you
to
want
really
throw them in.
finish that up on the wet carpet, there are radio shows. Radio shows. This is a radio show. There is a company here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area called Dalworth, and they do water restoration, and they can come out with large water vacs and vacuum
And
the
fans.
water and fans.
And a humidifier.
If it's real serious. If it's fairly minor, again, the procedure would be to go to the corner of the room, pull it up, prop it up the best way you can, and put some fans to circulate it, the air, and when it dries out, they can call us, and we can come back and put it down and sell them some pad. You don't have to remove the whole pad in the room. You're only going to remove what's absolutely soaking wet, and then we can restretch the carpet and reinstall it after it's all dried out.
And to be clear, there could be a problem where the homeowner just fixes the leak, dries the carpet, and nothing really needs to be done. Maybe some pad, correct?
Correct. It all depends on what severe
What severity
is.
it is.
Yeah, and how soon they catch it.
Yeah.
Because some of those leaks are real funny. They just start very small, and you don't know how long it's been leaking. But that carpet could be already dark under there when you pull it out.
This time of year, a lot of water leaks are caused by condensation from the air conditioner. The drain at some point in the air conditioner becomes clogged, and it doesn't drain properly and go into the sewer water properly, and it leaks and comes out into the room. I mean, we're looking at a project right now where the whole hallway got wet, and it goes into a couple of rooms, and they were out of town or something, and they didn't know how long it was wet, and so in that case they couldn't really well save the carpet. But if you're home, you could save it. But that type of leak occurs more often than you think right during the summertime when you're running that air conditioner 24/7, almost at its max when we're at 100 degrees.
Yeah, that's why it's so important to have your air conditioners. And I'm not an air conditioning salesman, but it is important to get it serviced, because they will clean the lines out, and that gunk backs up in your lines, and it can cause leaks. It can cause drips.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
That's a good question.
Excellent question.
Any more questions, Tex?
No questions yet. You might want to drink some water. Your voice is getting cracked.
I'm out of water.
I have another one.
You do?
I think so. Is there one in there? Okay, well, I have another one somewhere. I bought 4. Did you drink one on the way?
Drink one on the way and
Then-
one right
Here,
here.
you can have mine.
There's one.
Oh, we're good.
No, we're
Text
good.
me his.
Get back in my fucking Bronco here. Okay.
Let me ask you this. I already know this. Alice, Jesse, Timothy, Maria, William,
Mhm.
all still employees.
Mason.
We saying Mason yet?
Mason's a new guy.
Did you say John?
We don't usually say the
Mm-mm.
outside sales guys. And they're so important. They can ask for any of them. Because I'm only there, well, 2.5 days because I'm here one day
There could be
here.
commercial people listening.
Well, we love commercial people.
Mm-hmm. People that have home,
We
that
need to
own
we need to
apartment
address that last
complexes.
segment about us doing commercial business.
I think this is the last segment.
It is the last segment, and I have too much stuff here put down, so you kind of decide what do you want to.
Yeah, he wants to
What
talk
you
about
wanna
the
keep
60-day
and throw
guarantee
away,
when we
right?
get back.
Well, I went back and looked at some of the stuff we hadn't talked
I'm
about.
following the 70-30 rule. If you want to flip that on the last segment, I can take this thing, skyrocket it.
No, it's fine.
All right, let me reset it here.
We're going to do interesting facts and just leave that off.
What?
How many minutes we have left?
About 10:50.
10:50, yeah.
So in order to close it out, I need to at 9:45.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Floors to Go Texas show. Remember, a room without a rug is like a kiss without a hug. Go get your free 8x10 rug from Dana. 817-710-7030. Our friends at Floors to Go at 5212 Airport Freeway in Haltom City, Texas. Give me some interesting facts there.
Well, some interesting facts. Well, interesting facts on failures that happen. 3 main failures that can happen to flooring that people don't realize. And we had a licensed certified flooring inspector in here several shows back, and
Love that guy.
he Kermit Walker, he brought out a point. Now this was in one particular year. He counted all the inspections that he went out on, and an interesting fact was that installation was 36% of the failure with products. In other words, when a consumer was fussing about their floor, 36% of all the complaints that he went on in that one year were because of the installation. That means the installation was done improperly. They didn't follow the manufacturer's guidelines.
Oh, and you're supposed to read all the instructions too, aren't they?
They are supposed to read the instructions, yes.
Full disclosure, read the instructions.
Yeah.
And they found out that the manufacturer was liable 25% of the time. That the manufacturer had done something, either a defective product.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, give me an example of that.
Well, let's say in carpeting, carpet can have certain problems. They can have what we call a side match problem when you go to put a seam in a room.
I got you.
That it's 2 different colors. It could
Crushed.
it could develop something called a roll crush. Roll crush is a certain type of roll crush is normal in the carpet industry, but you can have something to where the pile gets reversed within the same roll. In other words, all the nap of a carpet is supposed to be sort of crushed or laying down in one direction. But every once in a while, these manufacturers roll these things up so tight that they can become twisted, and you can literally have pile, what we call pile reversal. It's going one way on the right side of the roll, and it's coming back at you on the opposite left side of the roll. So that when you put those 2 together, you can never make them look right.
I got you.
Never. So that would be a type of defect.
25%.
Yeah. So in wood flooring could be something different. It could be delamination. It could be that the finish was not set properly when they run it through all their steps. So 25% of the failures are from manufacturers. The other 39%, which is the bigger category, is the homeowner did something to the floor that they should not have done. They either did not get educated right on how to take care of a floor or how to respect the floor, and they might have cleaned it improperly because they had They had improper cleaning agents.
You know
on
what the
it.
number one thing you taught me about floor
What's that?
is you've got to have a moisture test prior to putting that floor in.
Well,
That would fall into the 39% homeowners.
well,
Well,
that
that
actually
could be an
falls under installation. The installer,
Both, maybe both,
the,
huh?
the installer, the homeowner doesn't realize that concrete slabs have moisture in it. Because we're in this business, we should know better.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, as my mother used to say, you should have known better.
Yes.
And so the manufacturer says you should know better. So what we do is we do best practice methods at Floors to Go, Texas. We have all the proper testing equipment to be able to test your concrete slab, so that it falls in the guidelines of both the wood material and the adhesive material. And it's only a snapshot. Snapshots are just that. They're a reading at this particular point in time in history. It's like you're riding on a roller coaster and you take several shots. You know, you're going uphill, you're going downhill.
Yeah.
It's just a picture. But if you don't take those readings, you don't know what you're going to get. And if you use a product that's going to be it's not going to tolerate a lot of high moisture, then you're going to have a failure. For example, in a hardwood floor.
Theril, would you endorse what I'm about to say?
I don't know.
Tell me if I'm wrong. It's on the shoulder of education. The homeowner, ask your installer if they have a moisture tester to test that floor before you lay it down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would ask anybody shopping for hardwood floors right now, if they go into a place of business and they say, and you ask the flooring dealer you're shopping with, do you all take moisture tests and reading of our concrete slabs?
Sure.
And if that dealer says it's not necessary, if that dealer says no, we don't,
Or they just look at you like, huh?
or they give you the huh?
Huh?
Yeah,
The huh look?
You're
Yeah.
you're shopping at the wrong place.
Yeah.
And then please come go to Floors to Go, Texas, because we want to be responsible for the floor that you're about to buy, and we want to make sure it goes down properly.
So you endorse that? That
Yes,
statement?
yes,
Yes. Okay,
yes.
cool.
People should ask that question.
Now the homeowner's responsibility is they do have to keep the air conditioning or the humidity in the house correct.
Which is?
Well, the humidity in a house should range between, for a hardwood floor, should range between 35% and 55%. It should not go higher. That's the optimal range. If
So
it
put
gets
your air
lower than that,
conditioner
it's
at
too-
what?
Well, you can set your air conditioner, you know, you can set it as just about as cold as you want it, but I mean, most people are not going to set it below 65
I got you.
degrees.
Well,
Okay.
if
But-
they
but-
open their windows and it's raining or
Yeah.
something, then you get the moisture in there.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah,
The humidity.
yeah.
Keep
Today's
your windows shut.
that's correct.
Turn
Today-
your air conditioner about
today's
70.
today's products 70, 72. You can still do 78 if you're going to leave the house. You still should leave your air conditioner on. When you leave the house, these people that have lake houses and stuff, if they turn their air conditioner off, I understand that because they're only up there on the weekends. But don't expect your carpet to stay stretched. It's going to wrinkle. Don't expect any of the flooring products you have in there to stay perfect, because they're not. They're either going to get dried out or going to have too much humidity in them, one or the other, just depending on the country and where you are.
Good
So does
advice.
that mean they're going to cup or do something? What will some of the wood do?
Well, if the wood gets dry, it's going to shrink and start gapping. If it gets too much water in it, too much humidity in it, it's going to start humping or cupping. Either one. It can do either one. And carpet's going to soak up the water and it's going to start wrinkling. You're literally going to have ocean waves in there.
So to rehash, so you don't get any ocean waves, put the right humidity in your house, right? How do you do that? Keep the windows shut and put it on 70, 72 degrees. Now, I want to recap real quick. The 3 failures that you've seen by a certified guy that came in here is installation 36% failures, manufacturers 25, and homeowners 39. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Okay, so what I'd like to kind of sum up here is we could have business owners who own their own companies and are looking for commercial flooring. I just want to let everybody know at Floors to Go, Texas, we handle commercial flooring. Matter of fact, half of our business is technically commercial floors. I know we think a lot of retail people listen, or residential people listen to this broadcast, but if you're a business owner and you're thinking about remodeling or upgrading the flooring in your building, your store, whatever facility you have, whether it's industrial space that you need to do, we have industrial type flooring. We have if you have a nice office, we have nice furnishes and finishings that we can do, and we have crews that work at night over the weekends. Times if your store's got to be open during regular day hours, we can do
And I
all
believe
that.
we have the largest commercial library in Fort Worth.
Nice.
Yeah, we probably have 2,000 architectural folder just on carpet alone to look
Yeah.
at for commercial carpet. So we do carpet tiles and specialized carpet that's 6 foot wide.
And we can actually do
13
patterns,
to-
colors specific to what they want.
So
I got to go to the top there. I want to thank you, Theril. I want to thank you, Dana and Tex. And I want to thank you, our listener, for joining us. I'm going to close this hour out by saying, if you've been to the big box stores and have done some shopping for flooring, think about what I'm about to tell you. Friends, Floors to Go, Texas has twice the space and 10 times the choices and can, listen to this, beat any of the big box prices on any day. Go see my friends at Floors to Go Texas at www.floorstogotexas.com or reach out to them at 817-710-7030, 817-710-7030. That's a wrap. We're out. We'll see you next Saturday, same time, same place.